Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is our talk about the Nintendo conference that just happened at E3. And so we're just going to give our thoughts. I am Ashley, aka Anime Angel, with Justin here. And we're just going to give you our thoughts and opinions about what we're really excited about for next year and what they announced today, which was a whole lot.
This
There's a lot of stuff.
I just want to give Nintendo this round of applause because they really stole E3, or basically probably the only press conference that felt like E3 this year.
Mhm.
I didn't expect them to fire on all cylinders like this. I was expecting a little Smash, definitely Zelda, but the stuff that they announced was wow. Let's just kick this off. So for those who love the Smash Brothers series and the Smash Brothers games, you are getting Tekken will be appearing in Smash Brothers. So for those who play Smash Brothers, I think that's a really huge deal, and I like how the gameplay still matches the Tekken type of style. So I'm really excited about that when
Mhm.
eventually I'm gonna get Smash Bros when they finally complete every single character. That's when I'm gonna buy it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they're done yet.
Well, then I guess I'm gonna be getting Smash Brothers for a long time. Then.
I mean, like I said, I don't know if they're done yet. So maybe get it and then just get the packs that you want.
I mean, I could do that too, but this obviously there's way too many games to be invested in right now. My wallet is going to be crying in October, apparently.
I was saying to my friends that like my soul is happy, but my wallet's screaming.
I agree. I definitely agree with that one. But so the first one that was the first game at the show, and then the next one, which something I did not expect, was Life of Strange, True Colors, and the remastered collection is coming to the Switch. So I will definitely be buying this one for the Switch because Switch is my primary system now. It's literally taking over everything since I have the Switch Lite. For those that don't know, so I just like to take everything with me mobile now. So the Switch has been really helpful with that. So I'm definitely excited about this one. I wasn't gonna get it for the PS4, but now that it's come for the Switch, I'm definitely gonna get Life is Strange.
hmm No, same here. I don't know if I'm going to be getting the remastered version, but I definitely want to get the True Colors one for sure.
And another announcement, another this was a real shocker for me. Guardians of the Galaxy is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I was I literally jumped out of my seat. I was like, I jumped out of my seat not because it was the Guardians game that I liked from the who did the person?
Square Enix.
Yeah, from Square Enix. It was the fact that I get to take this shit with me. That's why I was screaming. I was like, yes, I can travel on the road with this game. So yeah, I'm ecstatic for this now.
I mean, now I just don't know which platform to put it on because now it's going to be literally on every platform. So it's all based on preference. I don't know. I personally, I think for me, it's going to be like a more stay-at-home game
Mm.
because I feel like it's going to be too action-packed for the road for me. um, but no, it's really exciting to decide to put that on Switch. That was a very good surprise for sure.
And speaking of surprises, one that really has people going absolutely crazy is Metroid is back. They did tease that number four, Metro Prime, is still in development, so they didn't show anything, but they did show a game that's coming out in October, which is is a nice callback to the original type of gameplay of the 2D side scroller action, and it's called Metroid Dread, and it looks great. This looks like a very dark entry in the Metro series, and I loved every bit of it. I'm definitely putting this on my wish list, and this might be a day one purchase for me.
hmm to be honest, I'm not a Metroid fan. Um, However, it does look really sleek and new, and the fact that it's coming in October, that means like while they have been making Metroid 4, they've been making this game to, I guess, to kind of tie it over. And it looks like it's going back to like the original formula that everyone fell in love with.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not messing with that robot that they showed.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm good with it. But yeah, I think it's going to be really great. Well, the thing that kind of confused me was that when it started, it said Metroid 5, and then it changed to Metroid Dread.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
So I don't know if they was thinking that was going to be Metroid 5, and they decided to push it up so they can still make Metroid 4. I don't know.
Unless this is number 5 in the original Metroid 2D timeline.
That's true. I
'Cause
mean, yeah.
I think Prime is separate from the other Metroid games, so yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting where they're going to put it in the timeline, because it could be a prequel or it could be a true sequel. We just don't know.
We don't know. But I'm really looking forward to that. And a game that actually I'm surprised about, I'm actually considering getting, is Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. That looked fun. It did. It did. It did look fun. I was just like, oh wow, this is cute. Like, I never played Super Monkey, but I was just like, you know what? I literally might get it. Like, I was tempted to get the DC game, the DC Girls game for the Switch, but I was like, the graphics. I mean, this is the only time I'm being a graphic pro. I was like, yeah, this graphics ain't worth the $60 right now. So, but I was really really shocked with that. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably get that. I'm considering getting Mario Party Superstars, and I think that's
Same.
really, and I think what's really selling me is that the fact they're gonna have the mini games from the original and the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube Mario parties, and just real, and it's just like a remaster of those mini games and stages. So that it kind of feels like it's a Mario Party All Stars, where they just have that big, you know how they have that compilation of all the games like Mario usually does. This one feels like that, and that's something I feel like I need to buy. But I got to make sure I have enough people to play it with, because otherwise, Mario Party single player by yourself is not that much.
Well, they said that it's online play as well. So you don't even even if you don't know people from online can still hop in and play the game with you, but for me, I would rather play with people that I know. But I'm thinking about getting about it because I haven't played and haven't owned a Mario Party game since the GameCube.
Same here.
So it looks very interesting. I think it's also because too, they just put on to Mario Party. Is it 8 now?
Yeah.
8, 9. They put on Mario Party 8. They just put on the online play, and from what I've seen of it, it looks very clunky. And so maybe they put that there just as kind of like, let's just see how this goes and see if people like it. And then now they're adding it to the new game, which I think is pretty smart. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to get this Mario Party for sure.
And then we're going to keep it with Mario right now, the Mario universe, let's just say. And we have the return of WarioWare, which was a very popular game, definitely on Game Boys and
love that game
and the DS. So I've seen from our Twitter feedback and our Twitter feed that a lot of people are wanting this one. Like, they love WarioWare. I've never played one, but
I had one for the Wii.
Yeah,
that was fun.
It looks fun. It looks like they brought it back. Have that humor that Wario games are used to. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that. But and also they showed Mario Golf, which does look fun. I did like the fact that you have to it kind of turns into like this Mario Kart race once you hit your balls, and you guys gotta race who's gonna get to their ball first to keep going. I did like that aspect of it, and I did
it's
like
not typical golf.
Exactly, and I do like the incorporation of the Mii's that could go into the game as well. So that looks like it's going to be a very fun game.
I think also too, is her name Pamela? Like the first iteration of like who Peach was. She was in Odyssey, where she had the red hat. She always wears red.
Not Daisy, right?
No, she's not Daisy. Oh, what's her name?
Oh, yeah, the first Mario's first girlfriend, right? From the original Donkey Kong. I can't remember her name, but I think it is Pamela or something.
It might be. I think it's Pamela. I saw in the trailer. She looks like she's a playable character.
Oh, well, at least they bringing her back. She got work.
I can't. Uh, but yeah, and it's also funny too how in the trailers they kind of had like Waluigi a little bit more present because people have been wanting Waluigi to be in Smash and everything.
Yeah.
So I feel that every time something like that happens, it's like a troll to the fans who
Yeah.
want Waluigi. Then let's make like a little extra something for him. That's how I took it subliminally.
But
It's
I mean,
probably not the case.
but that was most of the stuff from the Mario standpoint.
No, there's the rabbits.
Oh, well, they showed that in the Xbox one. That's why I didn't mention it. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
the Mario Rabbids is also obviously coming to the Switch. I mean, why would it not? I mean, you're using Mario. But there is some other games that were announced. I mean, they did a lot of indie games, so I did miss a few. But one thing that did caught my eye, which was rumored for a very long time, but they finally confirmed it: Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is finally coming to the Switch with all the DLC. I do have it for the PS4. I did beat it. I enjoyed the game. Part of me thinks I'm tempted to just rebuy it because I'm trying to just buy all my anime games on the Switch so I could just have it on the go. So I'm thinking about probably getting Kakarot again, and Switch is like just the only system that I'm ever like rebuying stuff that are already owned. So, and that's
Hmm.
mainly because I can have it mobile and on the road where I go. But a big one everybody's really looking forward to is, at least us RPG fans, is Shin Megami Tenshin 5. Game looks
Yeah.
game looks amazing. And Ash, you're more into the Atlas RPGs than I am, so take it away.
Mhm. No, to be honest with you, and it's very sad.
You haven't played
Um,
it.
I had never played a Shin Megami Tensei. But I think this is going to be my first one because a lot of like the monsters and stuff that you see cross over into Persona, and so I feel that and I'm correct me if I'm wrong, people, but and I probably am. Um, but I think some of the producers from Persona also worked on the Shin Megami Tensei games. So it kind of makes sense that a lot of like the monsters and stuff like Jack Frost and stuff we also see in that series as well.
Mhm.
Um, and it kind of has like the same concept of like it's RPG style, turn-based sort of thing. They added new nuances to it, which I'm excited about. But
Mhm.
kind of, I look at it as like think of Shin Megami Tensei as like if you thought Persona was deep, think of it as like Persona is like more of like the campy version
Yeah.
of Shin Megami of Shin. So we'll see what happens, but I'm really excited, and I would personally get this on my Switch to carry with me
Oh yeah.
because I have a feeling like I'm like with Persona, um, it's going to be hours upon hours of me playing it.
His RPGs are long. That's for damn sure. Like
Yep.
Atlas RPGs will take you at least on a normal playthrough 70 to 80 hours. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. There are two other games that we were well, at least this one I'm just thrilled finally. Like I've been saying this from the since Nintendo purchased this franchise. I've been screaming for the cows come home, release the fifth one again, or do something. And they finally heard my prayers and my cries. Fatal Frame is back, friends. Not a new game yet, but I think what's going to happen, they're re-releasing the one that came out for the Wii U that a lot of people didn't really play. But
Yeah.
yeah, so they need to release the one for the Switch too, which was only a Japan exclusive as well. But that's neither here or there. But this is what I'm thinking is going to happen because this is not just coming out for the Switch. This is also coming out for the PS4, PS5, and the Xbox systems as well. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is that this is just more testing the waters to see how much this is going to sell, and if this sells, we will probably get a Fatal Frame 6, which I'm hoping for, or at least they will think about remastering 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4 and releasing that into a collection, which is way overdue. I can't stress enough that Fatal Frame is the definitive Asian Japanese horror experience. I mean, you play this, you feel like you're in The Grudge, you feel like you're in Ringo, you will feel like you're in those type of movies. It really captures it just from the scares, the cinematography, the sound design, the story structure. It's pure Japanese horror. So I just definitely am waiting to just put that on that wish list. And they also showed a little bit more of Monster Hunter, which I might get, but I get bored. I get bored with Monster Hunter. So I
It's
gotta check.
it Monster Hunter 2, you mean like the stories one?
No. Well, they showed that one, but I mean, like, I think they showed a little bit more of just the DLC that's coming to the regular monster. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
I'm playing the Monster Hunter on the Switch, and
Mm,
personally, I'm enjoying it. I'm thinking I'm enjoying it because I get to buy more dogs and more cats in the game to have
yeah.
with me, um, and everything like that. And it's not bad. It's actually pretty fun. Um, but yeah, I think like with the DLC and everything, it's okay. I don't think I'm gonna go out and buy
Yeah.
those specifically. And Fatal Frame, that's all on you.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah.
as for those who don't know,
She doesn't like horror.
I can, if you can put it in the daylight and I can watch you play it, that is fine. Other
I,
than that, me playing a horror game, well, it with the exclusion of Death by Daylight,
and Until Dawn, probably. So,
maybe,
yeah.
possibly,
I like.
but
I literally just showed her a clip of Song of Horror. I texted her, and she was like, "Nope, that's all you."
yep,
So,
yep.
like the
It's
woman,
just too. I don't like it. It
yeah, the woman
just
was like walking up the steps, and I'm doing a review of this game sooner or later once I'm done beating it. But the woman's walking up the stairs, and then you see the ghost literally behind her, just closing the door, like, "Oh, you're not gonna see me." I was just like, "That's just perfect horror."
it was the sound design because I didn't even see
Yeah,
the ghost behind her. So
yeah,
it was just the sound design and it's the fixed camera angle like in the original Resi games.
yes,
So I was just like, no. It also kind of reminds me of like Clock Tower with that
yes.
game.
Hmm.
So which I've never played, watched. Again,
She ain't
no,
horror, folks.
no,
Um, one thing,
can't be light.
yeah, one thing I they ended the game. Oh no, this was before we're gonna get to Zelda. For actually, it's one more game than Zelda. There was a GBA game that's being remastered here, and I'm liking this trend of remastered Game Boy Advance games. Advance Wars is getting a re-release remastered for the Switch. I didn't play Advance Wars. I did play no, did I play Advance Wars? No, I never played Advance Wars.
I've never even heard of it.
My classmates are big on Advance Wars back in the days. So I never got a chance to play it. Keenan from Cybe Gaming that you guys hear us on the 2 Minutes of Gaming podcast is a huge Advance Wars fan. So we'll talk more about that game during our podcast. But I was like, wow, this is great. Because Robotech, the Macro Saga, was just dropped on the Switch for remastered, and now we get an Advance Wars. So I'm hoping to see more Game Boy Advance games get that same remastered treatment over time. So maybe a Golden Sun would be next. Maybe they can actually do Kingdom Hearts again. I don't know. Maybe we can get a Switch exclusive of Kingdom Hearts 358 and a half days. Who knows?
If they decide to do Kingdom Hearts on Nintendo Switch, one, I'm there.
Yeah.
But two, that means that they would have to drop a character from Kingdom Hearts in Smash. I feel like
Yeah.
that needs to go in tandem in order to introduce Kingdom Hearts to the Switch.
It-
Because a lot of people mod Waluigi and
yeah.
Sora
Yeah.
into Smash Brothers. So I have like if in Nintendo, Square Enix, if you're out there listening, if any representative is out there listening, I think that would be a really cool idea. If you are going to do Kingdom Hearts on the Switch, have a big event about it, put Sora in Smash, have the different skins be like Sora, Riku. It would be hilarious if King Mickey was in there, but it's probably not going to happen because I know that Disney and Square Enix are not really together anymore.
Yeah.
Um, but it will be really fun if you have like Sora, Riku, Kairi, and then Axel
Yeah.
as like the as the different skins, and maybe like a Sora, and maybe Dark Sora as a skin.
Well,
Just putting that out there, just as a fan, just as me as a fan personally would want to see that. I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Okay,
Well,
that's the end of my letter.
well, in our final game, well, first let me just get into my little disappointment. Let me hit the bull right quick because that was just so we didn't. This is what happened when you get your hopes up, and not booing the Nintendo. Like I said, was the best out of the E3, but I was hoping for a Twilight Princess Wind Waker announcement to go with the 35th anniversary. We did not get that, but at least we did get Breath of the Wild 2, which is
2022.
2022, and Link's hair. Everyone was like,
The
yeah,
locks.
yes.
Link got the locks now. He's growing.
We were like, I was like, oh man, this Link has been through some shit.
Well, he's also older. So,
Yeah.
like, I mean, in all iterations, he was either a boy, a teenager, or a young adult.
Yeah.
So maybe we get him as an adult this time.
Yeah, like I think Link's best games is when he's an adult. And the fact that we're also going to be in the sky this time, which makes me wonder where, which is not a coincidence why we're getting the
Skyward Sword.
Yes. So
I feel like that timeline. I think that's where I feel like that's how the timeline is going to happen, because as I've seen, there's like two verging or diverging timelines of if Link defeated Ganon and if Link did not defeat Ganon.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that like Skyward Sword is in the. I feel that this one with Breath of the Wild is the prequel to Skyward Sword, because of Skyward Sword they're already up in the sky.
Yeah. Well, Skyward Sword is just the prequel of everything.
Right.
So that's so I agree with you. I think right now it's I gotta, because I gotta get a Zelda historian up on the show one day. Because I think it's Skyward Sword, then Breath of the Wild, and then I guess no, it's Skyward Sword, Age of Calamity. Because Age of Calamity is the prequel of Breath of the Wild, which I still have to get.
Yes.
So you find out how all that happens. Then it's Breath of the Wild, then Breath of the Wild 2, and then I guess that's when the timeline goes Zelda, like, yeah.
With Majora, I think it's with Majora's Mask is
Yeah.
on like the negative side, and
Yeah.
then and what is the other one that was on 64? It was Majora's Mask.
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time, I think, was the light side.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, Zelda's timeline could give the Flash a run for his money in DC as well, because that's
and Kingdom Hearts.
And
if you think
Kingdom Hearts, I don't know who's more convoluted. Leave a comment. Who's more convoluted, folks? Zelda or Kingdom Hearts when it comes to their timelines?
To be honest, it's Kingdom Hearts. Zelda, I think we can figure out in a Flash.
Well, the Flash DC is easy, but I mean, Kingdom Hearts. Well, yeah, that's another day. That's another episode. But we're gonna wrap this up and
calling out all Zelda historians. If you want to be on the show, we would be happy to have you.
Yeah, because I don't think there's anything I missed. If I did, leave a comment and let us know you missed this game. How dare you?
And to be honest, most of the other Switch games were already announced in other conferences.
Yeah.
Which again, kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because of the companies that are involved with those platforms. But still kind of weird. But still, Nintendo had like even taking out like The World Ends With You and taking out they didn't announce No More Heroes, but there is a Treehouse Nintendo Treehouse event on YouTube.
Yeah.
That goes more into detail. So even after the showcase, they still have Clubhouse videos for you guys to go and to look what they have already planned. And I'm just like, yeah, Nintendo won this year's E3. Yes. But as I was telling Justin before too, that it was just hard for games this year because of COVID and all of the things that were happening. I'm surprised that we got the announcements that we did. Even though they were lacking, I mean, like everything was like either pushed back or canceled.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Oh, and it's not a Nintendo game, but I'm really excited, even though it's on I think it's an Xbox exclusive, which I'm very mad about. But Psychonauts 2 is finally coming out soon in a few months. And so I'll be watching the walkthrough of that because I don't plan on getting an Xbox. Which is nothing. Here we go with the console words, but there's nothing wrong with Xbox. I just personally, it's not me. But that's a game I'm also excited about. But yeah, I think like Nintendo really hit it out of the park for E3. I'm excited about like the other indie events and everything, and I like how they do like a mini conferences too. In like a few months time, so it wets our whistle and lets us know what's coming, what may be pushed back, what's not coming. And I'm glad that they didn't leave E3 without saying something about the sequel for Breath of the Wild.
I agree. I
Because
think
last year was such a tease. Just
yeah, I agree. They fired on all cylinders, but folks, that is our Nintendo Direct wrap up. Our so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're watching this on YouTube. This is Just and Ash saying later days. We'll catch you on the next one. We probably will do Bandai. So peace.